G'day YouTube, it's Shane here once again, and today I'm in the city at 9:05 because on a Sunday morning, because I have a shift at the Adelaide Town Hall, hospitality work, wearing my hospitality gear. Decided to not wear the cap today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I keep wearing it or just get rid of it completely? And yeah, these companies, I wish they would give people like a bit more advance notice. This is a job that I applied for, and they'd not got back to me, so I cancelled it. Then this morning they offered it again, and so I just move out of the way. There's a truck behind me. So I accepted it this morning, and I thought, no, you know what? I reckon they're going to take forever to accept it. So I'll get dressed up, catch a train into the city, and bring a change of clothing just in case they reject it. But yeah, while I was on the train, they accepted it, so that was cool. And then later today, I'll be at the 2012 building in Salisbury to help volunteer at a soup kitchen. So that's always fun, and it's good to meet up with those people again. It's been ages because of other work commitments. I haven't been able to volunteer and stuff. But yeah, just a quick video. I'll do more later, but this is just for this morning. Hello again, this is part 2 of the previous section within the same video. And today is Monday, and this is just an update as to what happened yesterday. Today is of course another beautiful clear blue sky day, no clouds whatsoever. It's been pretty cool. When I say cool, I mean awesome. So 24 degrees Celsius and so forth. Now, the hospitality job went okay. It was at the Adelaide Town Hall, and it was just like a little Mother's Day get together thing for a few clients. Well, for a few people that the clients had, and it was a little bit disorganized because it was a new client, and for some strange reason the hospitality company, they've been there for years, been doing the same thing over and over again, became really disorganized, and then they blamed the client for it. And I sort of disagree with that. I think sometimes you do have to negotiate with your clients, obviously, and if you can't do what the client wants, you need to make that very abundantly clear. Now, it was a fairly simple thing, very easy setup. There was like a circular thing in the middle, a dais, where musicians could play like classical music and a few hits and things. But in a classical format, violins and stuff like that, pretty cool. And cellos, very basic setup. And there were tables that were strewn around the dais. But the table numbers that they had were written in cursive and in white lettering, but on like a clear-ish opaque plastic. And I think one of the problems with that is in certain lights, with a white tablecloth, so it was like nearly impossible to read. And it would have been better to have individual table numbers and then been told which is the starting point. What happens in hospitality is often you will get like a series of tables within a room, and you have chairs around the tables, and there's one point on the table where that chair will be chair number 1, and then you count clockwise so that everybody's on the same page as to who ordered what meal. And for the most part, it's not really an issue. However, some people have special dietary requirements. They might be vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, lactose intolerant, allergic to shellfish, or they can't eat meat, or whatever it is that happens to be the issue. So that's where the table numbering is really, really important. But it was just like a morning tea, so as my watch tells me that I'm exercising, it's just a bit of a morning tea, and so that caused an issue too. So the client wanted both brewed coffee and a barista. Now the barista was an awesome young lady that I know, and she worked really hard and she was flat out. I would have preferred that they only did barista for the coffee, and then for the tea they could have had other people making it. But what they wanted us to do was have people take orders and then do the coffees and stuff at the same time, and it's just like, that just doesn't work. So there's confusion. There was the meeting that you're supposed to have at the beginning was left until the last minute, and that should have been done first thing, but it went okay. We got through it, and not too bad. So anyway, while I was still in the city, I went and checked out one of the local comic shops to see if they had anything new and improved and interesting to look at, and nothing really took my fancy. So on the way back, I ran into a friend, and I hadn't seen him in a few years, so we had got to chatting, and he was talking about how we caught up basically, and a mutual friend of ours had died a few years ago, and we talked about it since, but there's other stuff that sort of came out as a result of that conversation, or yesterday's conversation. And it turns out that a few friends of mine, a few that I'm not really close with, were not really my friends, and you know, it's no love lost. Those people usually have mental health problems, and I don't wish ill on anybody, especially not mentally ill people. I've had depression and things like that, and stuff that I've had to let go of and overcome and whatever. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But apparently there's a lot of jealousy because I went to university, and I struggled through university. I nearly didn't finish. I had to delay the course because my funding ran out, and it was because Centrelink was going to cut me off at the time. The welfare office was going to cut me off from like study money, that I pushed myself to actually go and graduate, and there was all sorts of corruption going on at the university as well, and it's just horrible time. But for them to turn on me because I decided I wanted to try and improve my life, they're toxic people. Anyway, so in the conversation with my friend that I met yesterday, he was talking about different courses and things. The government has brought out in these free courses. Now with the recent election and Labor winning the government, next year there's going to be a whole heap more of these free courses, and there's stuff that I wanted to do but could never afford. So I'm looking at those things very, very seriously. And he was saying, look, there's bits and pieces that you can do, like for example mental health first aid and other courses that can add to the resume and add to future employment and stuff. So there's a whole heap of courses and things that I want to do I'm writing a list of them down, and then I'm going to find out what I'm going to do in terms of being able to afford them and things like that. I do need to find regular work, and like a regular work. I'm just getting a bit sick and tired of a lot of these companies. They'll offer a shift, I'll apply for it, and then they'll cancel it. There's all sorts, or they'll hire somebody else. Some companies even will give me the shift and then give it to somebody else, and I just think, well, there's a point where I need to start fighting back. There's no need for that sort of stuff, and those companies are usually like interstate. They've got no respect or loyalty to Adelaide. So I am looking for Adelaide based companies that I want to support and promote and things like that. I often do that for free here on YouTube as well, and or Google reviews and things like that. That stuff's free. But yeah, so yesterday was pretty cool, and then I went to the 2012 building, no, 1225, and worked at a soup kitchen. That went really well. We gave out pumpkin soup, and there was tomato soup for the vegetarians that don't like pumpkin soup. And then there was chicken mornay, and then there was like a blueberry tart sort of thing with ice cream and custard for dessert. Not bad for a free meal, eh? And yes. So anyway, today's code word, if you've listened for this long, and I want to say thank you to everybody that does, is the word mini. M-I-N-I, and I'm going to leave it there. But if you want to watch another one of my videos, please do so. Please click like on this one, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Every subscriber counts, literally. And watch this video here and this video here, and I'll catch you up with you next time. Bye for now. Scooter, electric scooter.